So now the subject of political violence also came up at last night's Turning Point USA event. This one at Virginia Tech. I want to share an exchange with you. One of the featured speakers, Megyn Kelly, with a student who was linking the president's language to the violence in Utah.
Why you support a president who contributes to the rhetoric that got your friend Charlie killed. How can you support him when he contributed to what got Charlie killed?
Assumes facts, not evidence. What you said is not true. Let me take on the first part of the premise of your question, that it was President Trump's rhetoric that led to an assassin killing our friend Charlie Kirk. That's a blatant lie. It's a defamatory blaspheme, and it's inappropriate in this setting.
That's not what I said.
We know. Yes, it is.
No, I said he contributed to the political atmosphere.
Well, then you have no point.
tension.
Then your point is utterly empty. Contributing to the atmosphere. This guy was, let's just make clear. This guy was motivated by leftist ideology. We know it from the bullet casings. We know it from the Utah governor. We know it from his own mother. Yes, we do. Let's be really clear on that.
And then that student asking the question turned away and walked away, and that was that. But thousands flocked to the Virginia Tech event, attendees lining up for more than 5 hours. The governor, Glenn Youngkin, also speaking, encouraging students to carry on Charlie Kirk's movement and take it forward.
The question that has been asked over and over again is, who will be the next Charlie? And as I look out in this room and I see thousands of you, I want to repeat the best answer that I have heard. You will be the next Charlie. All of you. You will be light. You will carry the baton. You will engage. You will change minds. You will be that revival. And therefore, I want to say thank you.
So Jacob Taylor, Secretary and Treasurer of Virginia Tech's Turning Point chapter, and thank you for your time today.
Hey,
Nice
thank
to
you
see
for having me.
Yeah, you bet. You're wearing Charlie's shirt there. I understand you put this thing together in 2 weeks. You had 3,000 people attend. Tell us about it, Jacob.
Yeah, we packed Burris Hall, which has a capacity of 3,000 people. And this was Virginia Tech, Turning Point USA's second semester here. So really, this all came together in 2 weeks with the help of Turning Point executives. And man, they work tirelessly. They do not sleep. They've been traveling across the country. There was just one event in Minnesota, I believe, just last week. And really, this is the kind of productivity that Charlie Kirk believed this organization was built for. We just had a vigil for Charlie Kirk about 2 weeks ago. Really, I think it was the Friday after the assassination. And we talked about, among other things, forgiveness and aligning ourselves with the Christian moral principles that we preach, but also about productivity, because really one of the main components of Charlie Kirk's legacy was transforming the anger, the righteous anger that many young people feel about the state of our country into a force for construction, not destruction, and for productivity and for building new institutions.
Jacob, I think just about every young person in America was affected by this one way or another. And it's been a profound moment in their lives. Whether they realize it at this moment or not, it's that significant. Now, Rich Edson was talking to some of your students. I want to play a soundbite for you, okay? Listen to how this interview went.
Yeah.
Were you planning on coming to this event even before Charlie's assassination? Were you somebody who's followed, and would come to events like this?
So I was not, because there was not necessarily many places nearby that they would have these events nearby us. But now that, we heard, I saw Charlie's assassination, it truly affected my heart. It really did, in a way that, I never grieved for somebody I didn't know. So since then, I started following Turning Point, and I really looked into a lot more, not just Charlie Kirk, but what the movement stands for.
Jacob, I imagine you've heard that a lot.
Yeah, it really has been something. I briefly met Charlie Kirk this summer at the Chapter Leadership Summit that TPUSA held in Tampa, and he was really one of a kind. I mean, he was a figure who was doing a podcast. He was doing speaking events across the country, while also simultaneously being the CEO of one of the largest political action organizations in the country, Turning Point USA. And that loss is obviously a real impact to the movement, and it's going to certainly take all of us combined to really I don't want to say replace, because we can't really ever replace Mr. Kirk, but to carry forward the torch. It's going to take a lot of effort. And it's also going to take a lot of effort to combat the rhetoric that the left has been spewing, even in the wake of the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
Jacob,
we had a
can
professor
I ask
actually.
you about that?
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to that, because I was not aware of this. But you apparently told our producers that you had a vigil 2 weeks ago, and a professor on campus told those who attended the vigil were members of the Klan?
Exactly.
Is that true?
Yes, he referred on social media to people who attended the vigil as Klansmen, and then later clarified that he was only calling Charlie Kirk a Klansman, again, after his death. This kind of rhetoric is unacceptable. This professor has not yet been fired, and the university hasn't said anything about it, despite the pressure that we and our regional allies have been trying to exert on.
Well, that was news to me. Jacob, I want to share with our viewers, before Sunday's memorial, you had 60,000 inquiries from high schools and colleges. Now you're up to 120,000. Wow. Watch it go.
Yep.
Jacob Taylor, thanks for coming on today and sharing your story.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
You too.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.